Another community is in disbelief, shocked by devastating violence, this time
one of the top schools in the state.
Suspect in the deadly school
This
shooting.
image, one that has become all too familiar. Students evacuating with their hands up. The suspect in that deadly shooting is now in custody. New images this morning.
15 rifle and pistol to Freeman High School.
At least 17 people have been killed.
Oh my God!
The sound of bullets pierced the ears of students as they run to safety. Surrounded by friends and teachers, the once safe environment has been the site of the deaths of over 100 students since 2000 due to the use of firearms. Not only do these shootings occur in our learning environments, but they've become more frequent within urban areas and close communities. The endless amount of news stories and published articles about previous shootings cease to amaze, as the increase of shootings within schools has shifted every 200 days. Since the Columbine shooting of 1999, the rate of mass shootings in the U.S. has increased far beyond a comfortable level. These shootings spark many debates on the gun control topic, and what political measures should be taken against the everyday citizen's use of firearms. Gun control has been a widely debated topic among U.S. legislatures, yet no legitimate conclusions have been reached. We talked to a former police officer for his stance on possible solutions to the issue.
A criminal really doesn't follow rules. They make their own until they get caught. As long as you have guns out there and somebody wants one, they're going to get a hold of it. If you make it harder for them, it's going to be just harder for them. And maybe you'll be able to cut down on the amount of violence you have from people that are not supposed to have guns. But many countries have very strong laws against gun ownership.
During the 1996 United States presidential election, one of the most hotly debated topics were the candidates' stances on gun violence and how they would respond to it.
Clinton, who supported gun control, gained support, while Dole, who was anti-gun control, dipped in numbers.
Since then, the issue has only grown more prevalent in the US, as, with time, the number of mass shootings per year increases. Many legislatures have debated this topic and discussed many possible solutions, but no effective solution has been reached to diminish the number of shootings in the US. It's hard to tell what's worse, the ever-expanding issue of gun violence in schools of all places, or the inability of our politicians to do anything. The fact that the possibility of a school shooting has become as accepted given how common it's become. There have been many across the US to raise their voices in opposition to gun violence, but little to no solutions have been developed to solve the issue. We talked to one of the presidents of Bay Area Student Activists, an organization dedicated to spreading student activism on the issue.
I think continuing to speak out is the best thing that any individual person can do, as well as an organization. Continue to raise our voices and talk to our representatives, talk to your neighbors, your friends, your family. Join organizations that speak to causes that you care about. Anything. I think the best thing that we can continue to do is to do something.
BASTA aren't the only people who have looked for solutions. However, there have been a number of gun laws attempting to regulate the use of firearms. The first of these is the National Firearms Act of 1934, which regulated heavy weapons such as machine guns. Following the assassinations of President Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr., the Gun Control Act of 1968 prohibited interstate commerce of guns, save for licensed manufacturers. In 1993, the current legislation, the Brady Bill, was passed under Clinton's administration, requiring background checks for gun owners. While these bills are steps in the right direction, there is still a substantial amount of shootings in the United States. Since the National Firearms Act was introduced in the 1930s, there have been over 500 mass shootings. Many have raised their voices against gun violence. Some students, such as the BASTA leaders, have stepped up to speak for this cause, but gun violence still remains an inescapable issue in our society, and one whose solution still remains on the horizon.